problem asks us to distribute. Do you guys want to go over this one? If I miss this one,
Yeah.
then we need to go over it. Okay, so what this is -5 times x minus 3. The first thing I told you guys I wanted you to do is add the opposite so that you recognize that this is really -5 times x plus -5 times -3. And if you did that and took your time, there's no reason you should have gotten that wrong.
So you did
Got times at the dot, sorry. Okay, anybody want to go over number 2? Anybody get number 2 wrong? Okay, number 2. So here we go. Number 2, same dealio. We're just distributing, so we're simplifying. And we have 3b plus 7. So distribute just means multiply what's on the outside by everything on the inside. So we have -4 times 3b plus -4 times 7, which is -12b plus -28. Or minus 28, same thing. -12b minus 28. Questions? Or plus or negative. Either way, same thing. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, number 3, simplify. Simplify just means I'm going to add together what I can add together. So I have 8m minus 3 minus 2m minus 7. When we first started doing this, I wanted to do plus and negative. The reason I wanted to do that is so if I reorder them to put like terms next to each other, because that's what I'm going to add, then I make sure my signs go with the right numbers or variables or whatever. So then I get 8m and -2m is 6m, and -3 plus -7 is -10. Pretty simple if you just take the time to work it out, show all the work. B. Okay, number 4. I know some of you missed this one. Number 4, -6t plus 11 minus 2t minus 11. So I'm going to do plus and negative again so I don't lose my sign. Now I'm going to reorder and go -6t plus -2t plus 11 plus a -11. What's -6 plus -2? -8. What's 11 plus -11? 0. -8t plus 0 is -8t. Oh boy. What? This is a perfect opportunity right now. Okay. Number 5. Anybody need me to leave that up there a little longer? Go ahead, and we need to solve equations now, okay? So you guys spent a lot of time solving equations last year, using the railroad tracks, whatever you did. It's all the same thing. We need to solve for y, get y alone, figure out what it is, okay? So we talk about doing things to both sides of the equation. Right now, my variable is -2y, so I'm going to identify my variable, and then I'm going to add 6 to both sides, because I need this to be 0 so that I isolate my variable, or at least get close to isolating my variable. What's -18 plus 6? -12, last time I checked. And then if I multiply my variable to solve, I divide. And y equals 6. Okay. And then obviously a lot of you didn't check your answers, because if you plug in 6 into this, you get -6 minus 2 times 6 equals -18. So you get -6 plus -12 equals -18. Yeah, -6 plus -12 is -18. I know I'm right. But if you don't check it, you don't know. I keep telling you guys use your calculator for integers because I hate to see you make mistakes like that. But it's really right or wrong, right? There's only one right answer. Okay, anybody still need that? Okay, actually, I just got to turn the page. All right, number 6. Okay, you guys know about that one? Z over 3 minus 20 equals 10. What do I have to do to get Z alone? Add 20 because I'm subtracting 20. Inverse operations. Z over 3 equals 10 plus 20 is 30. If I'm dividing, how do I solve? Inverse operations. Multiply both sides. We always do both sides. Remember the equal sign. So Z equals 90. Okay. How about 7? Here's what I'll do 7. I assume that means yes. I know someone in here probably missed it. So number 7. What do we need to do first on 7 before we can solve? Simplify. Good, Bridget. 15x and negative 2x is 13x plus 6 equals 19. Everybody see that? Okay. And then I just subtract 6 from both sides, and I realize, wow, Ms. Noel made that a really easy problem for me. 13x equals 13x is 1. Okay, number 8. Number 8. How about that one? That was pretty basic, right? We need to go over that. N is 11. Okay. How about 9? Definitely 9. A lot of you guys made a mistake on 9. Okay. I even had people like arguing with me that negative 1 plus 4 was 5, or negative 5, or something. Okay. If I do plus a negative, I have 3 plus negative 1a plus 4a equals 18. Because remember, if there's no coefficient, it's 1, or in this case, negative 1. Now what do? Yeah, simplify. I need to simplify before I start doing things to both sides of the equation. So I get 3 plus 3a equals 18. Subtract 3 from both sides. 3a equals 15. And divide by 3, and a is 5. Okay, pretty basic once you simplify, isn't it? Then it becomes just like every other problem. And I know in our notes we had, if simplifying needs to happen, we need to do that first. Distribute, combine like terms before we start doing the both sides. Okay. 10? I'm thinking yes. Number 10. We have a fraction, no big deal. We know what to do with fractions. It's in our toolkit. 1/3 x plus 2 equals 7. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And 1/3 x equals 5. If I have a fraction times my variable, in our notes we wrote to multiply by the reciprocal. And when I do to one side, I do the other, and x is 15. So, again, not too bad. Didn't come out to be some funky number or anything. Okay? Number 11 asks us, what do we have to do on 11 first? Thank you. What do we have to do on number 11 first? Somebody just shout it out. Distribute. Good job, whoever said that. Simplify means distribute, combine like terms. 4y plus 8 minus 5 equals 27. What's 8 minus 5? Simplify, right? 8 minus 5 is 3. You can do plus and negative if you want. Okay. Now I just subtract 3 to get x alone, or y in this case. 4y equals 24, and then divide by 4, and y is 6. And number 12. Did you need more time on that? Sorry. Just let me know. Okay, let's take a little. Okay, so now we're working on the back. Anybody want to go over 13? Okay, when we have variables on both sides, it just involves a little bit of extra, probably another step or so. It just depends. So on this one, it's important to identify the variables. Okay, and if I want to get my x's together, I'm just going to subtract 2x from both sides. There are other things I could do. That's just what I would do. Make sure when you bring down that 2, you bring down a -2. Because it really is -2. Then I'm going to add 7 to both sides to get numbers by themselves and not totally isolate my variable or get it alone. And divide by 2 and get x equals 2.5. When I divide both sides by 2. How many people made a silly mistake so far? Okay. So that goes back to attending to precision, okay, taking your time, being focused, checking your answers. All right, how about 14? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, 14. Negative 3x minus 6 equals 3 plus 6x. Okay? So I need to get x's together, so I'm going to, there we go, I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And I get negative 6, I think 0, equals 3 plus 9x. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, plus a negative, and I get 9x equals negative 9. X is negative 1. And if you got 1 here, the reason it's all wrong is if you would have plugged it in and checked it, you would have realized that it is negative 1. And that's on you. You need to check your answers. Okay? You have a calculator right there. All you have to do is take 30 seconds to plug them in. Okay, how about 15? That's pretty simple, right? X equals 4. Sure, how about 16 though? Yes. Okay, let's do 16. Number 16, we have 2c over 3, or we could also think about that as 2/3 c equals 2. Now we can subtract 6 from both sides and get 2/3 c equals negative 4. And then we can multiply both sides by 3/2 and get c equals negative 6. Because I get, will you just put the horizon thing in the door? The metal, the magnet. Okay. So then I just get c equals negative 12 over 2, which is negative 6. Anything times reciprocal is 1. Pretty basic. Twice a number, 2x, decreased by 5 is 12. Which one says 2n minus, okay. 18, you guys did really well on these for the most part. How much did each app cost? So if A equals price per app, if you just put app, you lost a half a point. That doesn't tell me anything. Might tell me that you have an appetite, you want to buy some apps, you want to eat some apps, or you want, I don't know. Okay? So what is the equation? Well, how much is he going to spend? He's going to buy a case, and then he's going to buy 3 apps that cost the same amount, which is common. Apps often cost the same amount, and altogether he's going to spend $17.87, which kind of makes sense. This is a set amount plus 3 times the price per app, and then when I solve for A, I get $4 and what is it? $4.97. What is that telling me? $4.97 per app. Okay, and you should definitely label that with a dollar sign.
I would never pay that much for that.
Okay. So does anybody want me to work out how I solve that equation? Pretty basic equation, right? Okay. This one was very similar, probably too similar. But if P equals price per drink, how many people are getting the drink? 4 people. 3 friends and the person, you. Okay? So you're going to pay for 4 drinks. You're going to pay for pizza, and which is $18.75. And altogether, it costs $26.55. So you have to figure out how much the drinks cost by subtracting and dividing. And you get, how much is each drink? $1.95. Okay? 20 and 21.
Yeah.
These are really important moving forward. This is a big learning target. Okay, so we're going to make sure we got this. So we're going to really take some time on this one. So 20. If we simplify all of these, here we get 6y plus 8, and we're looking for no solution, right? 6y plus 8 equals 6y minus 8. What do we know about that? No, but it's not. Because if I subtract 6y from both sides, I get 8 equals negative 8. Is that true? No, they're not equal. So it's no solution. There's no variable left to solve for. So if I ever get to this point, it's no solution. Okay? How about B? On B, okay, we have 5w. What's 5w minus w?
4W.
We get 4w plus 8 equals 7w minus 2w
Never mind.
Plus 8. Okay?
Isn't it when we have like three variables with a number that it won't be no solution, so it will cross?
Not necessarily. What's 5w? Here you get 5w plus 8. So you're going to get one solution. W equals 0.
Yeah, but you can't get no solution when you have three.
There aren't three variables. There's just one variable, w.
Yeah, no, but it has just 4W plus 8 equals 0.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Because it could. If you had something that simplified to be this, it could be no solution. Okay. Here on this one, you get 5m minus 2. And then on the right side, 7m minus m is 6m. Okay, so that's going to give me one solution when I solve that. And D, I get, this is where you have that negative without a number, so I know it's a -1. Okay, so I'm going to make that a -1, distribute it, and I know I worked on that with you guys quite a bit. So when I simplify, I get 10 minus 4 is 6, so 6 minus 2b equals 2b minus 6. Even though they look very similar, if I reorder these, negative 2b plus 6 equals 2b minus 6, you're going to get a solution there. You're going to get a solution other than no solution or input. Okay? So that's why the only answer there was A. Okay, let's do the other one like that. And same dealio as far as what we need to do to work it out. We need to simplify each one. Okay, the top one, we have that no 1 there, so we're going to put a 1 outside the parentheses because really we're distributing a -1. Then I'm going to distribute it. 11 plus -2b plus -8 equals -2b minus 3. We're going to add 2b to both sides. Well, look, I got ahead of myself, right? Simplify. What's 11 minus 8? Okay, so when I simplify, I get that, right? And then, is that exactly the same?
No.
Okay, so it's not an identity, is it? Okay. How about B? That was A. B, this is a no solution. Okay? This one would be a no solution because you have the same, these are the same, these are not. This one, C, becomes 5w minus w is 4w plus 4 equals, if I distribute that -2, I get -2w plus 4 equals 6w plus -2w plus 4. I do plus a negative there. And then I get 6w and a -2w is what? 4w. So I get 4w plus 4 equals 4w plus 4. That's infinite solutions. That's identity. Okay, and then D, when I simplify, I get 7m minus 4 equals 7m plus 7. No, well, yeah, but 8m minus m is 7m. And that's no solution also. So C is the answer. Okay, everybody understand that now? Hope so. You need any more time? Iffy. It's in your toolkit.
I know, I'm sorry to do that.
All you have to do, I mean, if they end up with two quantities that are not equal, no solution. If they are exactly equal, it's infinite. Yeah.
So it's any corrections, you just staple it.
Yep. Stable of corrections on top. Okay, and the bonus. The bonus was kind of fun because if you just simply distribute this and get 6x plus 15 minus x equals blank x plus blank, okay? And then I go, well, 6x minus x is 5x. So what would I have to put in these blanks to have, if I put in 5 and anything other than 5, what would I get? So 5 and anything other than 15. What do I get for a solution? No solution, right? Right? If these are the same, and these are not, it's no solution. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see there. All right. So what would happen if we put in 5 and a constant of 15? It'd be infinite solutions. They're exactly the same. So that'd be identity or infinite. So that's B. Okay? And then any coefficient other than 5 and any constant. So that just means, what if I put in like any, let's put in a 4 and a 4. What am I going to get? One solution. I'm going to get one solution. Okay, and this one I just wanted you to solve and get the right answer for your fourth bonus point. Some people did get it. Some people got that right. Well, let me just real quickly do this for you, but I'm going to go a little bit faster than normal. That's what I would do, and then I'd subtract 1/8 p from both sides, and so in order to do that, this would have to be 4/8, right? Okay, so we have 4/8 minus 1/8 is 3/8 p, and we have 3/8 p plus 2 equals negative 1/8, and then we have subtract 2 from both sides, so we have 3/8 p equals negative 1/8 minus 2 is negative 2 1/8. I know I need that to be improper in order to solve by multiplying by a reciprocal. We've been working on that in math in a minute. So that's negative 17/8. So I multiply both sides by 8/3. And p equals negative 17/3 or negative 5 2/3. Just had to work with fractions a little bit. They're not that scary.
I don't like fractions.
I know.
No one does.
Okay. Ready?